as a kind of mind that secures certain boundaries within us. Meaning our protection. This is our protection mind. And this protection mind has been born from the initial protection mind of survival. And this, what you would call sub-protection mind, thinks very carefully, very, very carefully about the position it's in, about the relationship between you and the one that you're listening to or communicating with. It protects you from, in fact, it's called the doubting mind. So when you listen to, for example, U.G. Krishnamurti, your mind, your quality of mind, in fact, not just U.G. Krishnamurti, someone that you, because the questioner reckons that U.G. and what U.G. says gives him no hope and puts him into some sort of negative place, or appears to feel as if he's putting the questioner into a negative place. But you may be listening to a positive speaker, and this speaker you don't trust, because the doubting mind does not trust. It is born, like I say, from the survival mind. I don't trust that lion. And that's a very good, well adapted or adopted geared mind that protects you from the lion. I would follow that mind, you see. I would follow that mind. Now, so the listening aspect of your mind is a very careful and don't penetrate what I know mind, because I know what's good and I know what's bad. You see, that's the ego mind. I know what's good and I know what's bad. But when it's question about good and bad, it kind of stumbles. So define good, please, Mr. Ego. Oh, everyone knows what good is. You see, I wouldn't say passes the responsibility, but it shirks the answer before it gives an answer, because the ego mind needs time to think. It needs time to get out of the situation, or to enhance the situation, or to disprove the situation, or to accept the situation, but it needs time. Now I'm preparing you for something that your ego mind won't like. So if you want to continue to listen and face up to the truth about yourself, then let's go. So UG appears through your mistrusting mind, or through your I'll wait and make a decision on what he says mind, which appears to be every mind. We can't make a decision until we hear or see or touch or smell or taste the experience. And the situation the experience determines what we feel because of our intelligence, our conditioned knowledge, our inherited languages educational system makes of it. So when U.G. Krishnamurti speaks to you, the questioner, or the listener, and U.G. Krishnamurti comes across as this very negative, no hope, everything that I believed in, he is questioning. He is doubting. Because I'm not the doubter, I'm the knower. For goodness sake. Ego says, I know everything about life. And that one that knows everything, why is it inquiring about U.G. Krishnamurti? So the discussion comes, you listen to the video or any talk about U.G. Krishnamurti, and you say, I doubt what he's saying because it's not comfortable with me. It doesn't feel right with me. So there's a conflict between you and the speaker. And in a one-to-one physical discussion, there are everyday conflicts. With you and your partner, there's an everyday conflict. An everyday conflict, meaning I want to go for lunch, and your partner does not want to go for lunch. She's had a hard day at work, a hard morning. She's been cleaning so many offices. She just wants to sit at the radio and read her book. It's a conflicting situation. I want to treat my partner. I'm doing good. Why don't she understand? I'm willing to spend money. And we don't have much money. I'm willing to sacrifice my sitting in front of the window reading a book, or listening to the radio reading a book. But she wants to listen to the radio and reading a book when I don't want to. So we have this conflicting situation between the questioner or the listener to U.G. Krishnamurti. He comes across negative. He comes across like all the things that I was hoping to hear from him, he doesn't portray. You see, in awakening and enlightenment, when any guru or any speaker or anyone that appears to be awakened and enlightened tells you, you have to give up and surrender, whether it's through I, whether it's through me, whether it's through a religion, a spiritual practice, whether it's the confrontation of God, you have to give up and surrender to God. So when you give up and surrender to all, to the Ramana Maharshi way, not this, not this, not this, you have to have a mindless mind that when U.G. Krishnamurti speaks, not this, not this. And when Popsy speaks, not this, not this. Because U.G. Krishnamurti is coming through your device as thoughts. This guy is coming through your device as thoughts. You accept them as forms, as reality, as proper biological forms, humans. So I have to accept them. So to drop your mind means dropping the mind of U.G. Krishnamurti. And when you are confronted by a video, a book, another human, you have to drop your understanding of what they're saying. Now this can be very fearful, because if I drop my understanding when listening to dictators like, say, Adolf Hitler, you're going to pick up immediately on what they say, and you're going to become a reflection of what they say. So you have to be very careful in who you listen to, because whatever you listen to is not actually speaking about the words. They're speaking about their personal experience. So I am speaking to you now based on an experience of enlightenment. You won't understand this until you give up your mind and surrender to the speaker. But you have to watch what the speaker is saying. You have to watch how safe and secure you are with not the speaker, with your personal beingness. And if you drop the personal with your complete and utter trusting beingness. In very simple and layman terms, when I listened to Jiddu Krishnamurti with no mind, I understood exactly what Jiddu Krishnamurti was saying beyond the words, because he was projecting his experience, which appeared to be similar to my experience. Whether it was or whether it's not, you're going to take on board the experience. But you're going to interpret it with your mind and your egoistic state in how you perceived it from Jiddu Krishnamurti. So it's not true. So to look at any other speaker, it is a very confrontational meeting. When you're listening to myself now, you're not 100% sure. You're not 100% not sure. But what you're sure of is your interpretation of what is taking place. When you drop your interpretation, you're in danger of that what you listen to. Or you could be in awe of that what you listen to. But the one that you should be listening to when you drop all interpretations and what you have known and learned, you are safe with your guru inside. Because this one will not lie to you. This one will be completely trusting of you. This one will accept you and have faith in you. Because this one is you. So we can go out of our minds, meaning out of our minds, into the world of fellow minds, trusting minds, mistrusting minds, good minds, bad minds, safe minds, unsafe minds. And we will have experiences and have meetings and interactions. But no way will they reflect in a unfair way. So when you listen to anyone, it's 50% you, 50% them. But to get the 250s to become 100 is nigh impossible. Even if you listen to Christ, whether it's words in the Bible, whether it's fictitious movies, or whether it's projected religious ways, you're going to have a feeling of connection with Christ. But it's not going to be accurate. It's not going to be exact. But if you want to know Christ, go within and ask the one that you don't have to drop anything for. But in the dropping of conditioned, inherited, programmed, socially driven, educationally driven, religiously driven, spiritually driven, atheistly driven into you, when that's dropped, you don't have to worry about believing, hoping, attaching, associating. It's just a simple meeting. And this one within will meet you. Absolutely crystal clear, reflectively of what is looking will be seen as that what is seen. Your truth, as it is. Whether this makes sense or not, it's not going to make 100% sense. And it's not going to be 100% nonsense. But it's not even, are you happy with 50-50? 50% of what you know, 50% of what the speaker knows? Okay, how can we bring it to 100? Only way is to bring it within and be there. Namaste.